Hey everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to another ship with me video. I have not done one of these and it's been months, but the reason for that is because it does take a lot to film these and I don't have a designated area to film these types of videos, so I feel like I have to film right here, and it's right beside the room that I have my parakeet in. So if you hear him in the background, that's why. I have been filming in another room, if you've seen my other videos, and it's more quiet, but I don't have like a designated space there, like a to do the ship with me videos. But I do like to do these. I do like watching these. I think they're very educational because I feel like with resellers, at least for me when I was beginning to resell, my number one fear was the shipping process. So this just kind of shows you what to do when you're shipping. Today I'm going to be shipping out Poshmark, eBay, and Makari orders. So I'm going to kind of just show you how I do that. Over the last, I've been reselling for over a year now, but my shipping process has got more and more just simple. I feel like simple is better, especially when you're trying to save on the cost of things when it comes to shipping. And it just makes it a lot less stressful. You don't have to have this beautiful packaging. You can be simple and just, still show appreciation to your customers. But I like simple. Simple is better to me. So we're going to hop right in. I'm going to be kind of explaining how I ship with eBay, how I ship with Makari, and how I ship with Poshmark. And let's jump right in. Okay, so the first sales I'm going to go over is Poshmark, just because that's the easiest platform to ship on. And this is my first and only Poshmark sale for the weekend, which I'm not too surprised about. Poshmark did change their algorithm. If you're a reseller, you know what I'm talking about when I talk about that. And recently they changed it back, and I have got a lot more traffic in my closet, but still not a lot of sales. So I'm just going to keep working on that. Not going to let that get to me. Because thankfully the other platforms are performing, decently. So my first and only sale is this really nice, would you call this like a blanket poncho? I guess that's what you would call it. It has the, what is this? The tassels type of detail at the bottom. It's very nice. And this is new without tags. This was actually given to me by my mother-in-law. So I've already lint rolled it, so I don't have to do that, but I'm just going to give it a good fold. This sold for $22. I believe I sent out the offer. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to fold this. So it sold for like $22, and I actually made a note for myself of my earnings because I forgot to write that down. But so sold for $22, and then my earnings was $14.92 and it was free, so that $14.92 is all profit. So with Poshmark orders, I just fold them really nicely, make sure that they look decent and they're lint rolled and clean. That's with every order. And then I do like to wrap my Poshmark orders in paper, and this paper that I'm using actually comes in a large roll, and it is very affordable. I'll try to link it at the bottom, but I actually buy mine at the actual Walmart store is what I'm trying to say. And it lasts me quite a while because I do not use this paper on my other orders. I used to, but that was before I realized it was adding weight to those. And eBay and Makari go by weight, but Makari shipping is different because you can basically, it's the same price. Sorry, I'm trying to get my words together. Not Makari. Poshmark shipping is basically the same price up to 5 pounds. So after 5 pounds, it does charge you extra, and you pay for that extra as the seller. But up to 5 pounds, same price. So you can add paper, you can add stuff like that. You kind of have more of a freedom to do that than, you know, shipping on Makari and eBay. And I just folded this so horribly, but it's because I'm not used to doing this and talking. I got to get back into the hang of it. So with Poshmark orders, everything that is shipped out in Poshmark is priority mail. And so because of that, you can use the priority mail shipping supplies, and you can order these for free on the USPS website. You just make an account, it's totally free, and they'll ship them straight to your house for free. And this is the Tyvek envelope, which I feel like is the reseller's favorite. And I thought this was gonna fit, but I think I might go get a box. Actually, this will be fun. Anyway, this is one of my favorite priority mail like shipping thing is this envelope. I use this for a lot of different things. I also like the 1097 boxes, the 1092s, 1095s. There's just a wide range of like boxes and sizes on the USPS website, so I highly recommend you like looking on there. But yeah, this definitely brings down the cost of your shipping when you use their supplies. And then I just put it in here. It has a self-sealing little strip on the end. Okay, it looks like I'm struggling. I'm just trying to get in the hang of talking and doing this. It takes a while. It takes a few minutes to get in the hang of it. So yeah, Poshmark shipping, super easy. You can use the USPS shipping supplies, and it's free, as I said. So very, very easy. Much easier than the other ones we're going to get into. I do have a label printer, and it has really changed like my reselling game. I'm going to link it in the bottom in the description below, because I really feel like it's definitely an investment, but it's worth investing because it just saves a bunch of time and a bunch of paper. So definitely recommend that. And I like to reinforce these, especially when I have something a little bit larger in here. I just take some tape and kind of just reinforce it a little bit. And I did forget a thank you sticker. So what I'll do, since I didn't put the thank you sticker on it, I'll just put it like on the outside. And I just get these from Amazon. They're super cheap and affordable, and that's just like a cutesy way to thank your customer for that purchase. Okay, now we're going to get right into the Makari shipping. Now, Makari shipping is definitely a lot different than Poshmark, but I will say that it's not as difficult as you would think it is. It's not as difficult, I'll say, as eBay shipping. So when we get to eBay shipping, we'll spend some time there talking about that, because I do have a couple of pointers when it comes to it, but I'm not an expert, but I do want to share with you what makes it easier, just in case, you know, you're having trouble with shipping. So the first item to sell on Makari is this airy, long balloon sleeve sweater. This is definitely a piece that is for the season. I've noticed that a lot of sweaters have been selling because it is fall season, and people are looking for sweaters. So if you're wondering what you need to be sourcing right now, definitely pick up sweaters because people are needing that for their wardrobe. I'm just going over this really quickly with a lint roller. I think I have lint rolled this a couple of times, but because it's so fuzzy, I'm just going to lint roll it one more time just to make sure. So I sent out an offer for this on Makari of $13, and I know that's kind of low, But I was just sitting in bed on Saturday night, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to send out a bunch of offers on Makari and see if I make some sales, because it had been kind of dead on Makari. So I did that, and it did generate quite a few sales. So that just goes to show you, if you're wanting to make sales, definitely make sure you're sending out offers. I don't do it near enough as I should, but it does bring in sales. So Makari shipping, I'm very simple. I use a lot of poly mailers. These are some new ones that I picked up. I'm going to try to see if I can fit this sweater in here. If I can't, I'll get a small box. But most of my orders for Makari, I ship out in poly mailers. And the reason why is this is very lightweight. It doesn't add any weight. And I mostly, if it's 1 pound and under, I always use USPS, or not USPS, first class shipping. And that's always the option, because if it's 1 pound or under. And then if it's over 1 pound, I personally use FedEx Smart Post, which I think they did change their name. But if it's over 1 pound, I'll do the 2 pound FedEx Smart Post or the 3 pound FedEx Smart Post, just depending on what it is. And the reason why I love using Smart Post is, even though I feel like FedEx Smart Post takes a little bit longer to ship, it's very affordable for the customer. And because it has a USPS tracking little scanner at the bottom, you can drop off your FedEx Smart Post orders at the actual USPS post office. And I didn't know that when I first started, and I remember being very confused and trying to find a FedEx drop off in my area, because I live in a very small town. So that is a big pointer or tip for you. If you're not wanting to go to several different places to drop off your orders, just use FedEx Smart Post with Makari. Super simple. So I'm going to try to see if I can fit this sweater in this poly mailer, which I'm looking at it and I feel like I might be able, but sometimes I look at it and then I think I will and then I can't. And it fits. Okay. So, of course, because it's using up a lot of space, I will reinforce it with tape, just to be on the safe side. Ooh. And that is it. Simple, super simple. It does not have to be stressful. Okay, shipping does not have to be stressful. So, I just put my label on. And I was going to say where my orders were coming from, because I like to know. I think that's really cool. This one will be mailed to Michigan. I forgot to say where the one from Poshmark was being shipped to. I'll just add a thank you sticker on the outside right there. And another another order ready to go. Okay, so the next Makari order is this very cute sheer little blouse from Show Me Your Moo. I'm not going to be able to show you the tag because I'm just way too far away, but you'll know the tag because it literally just says Show Me Your Moo. I can come around. Let me see. Maybe you'll be able to see it that way. Hopefully. But yeah, so this was just, I'll say an experimental piece I picked up because I had never found this, this brand at my Goodwill. So I did pick it up just to see how it would do. It definitely set, but I'll tell you, I think, not that I think, I know the reason why this set for longer. When I was listing this, for some reason, I thought that it said it was a size medium. And then when I was relisting, and this is why relisting is so important. One of the reasons relisting is so important in your reselling business is when I was relisting, I noticed that and I was like, wow, this is why this blouse has not sold. So I fixed that little typo, little overlook thing that I overlooked, and it sold pretty quickly afterwards. Not majorly quickly. I think it still took about a month or two to sell, but You know, it would probably still be sitting there with the wrong size if I had not have caught that. So I know this seems a little weird what I'm doing right now, but I'm just making it to where it'll be really simple to put in their mailbox. I just kind of fold it down and tape it down a little bit. But, so yeah, look over your listings. If something's not selling as quickly as you feel like it should, just make sure that you worded things correctly. Make sure that the pictures look decent. Just look over that listing. And sometimes you'll find where you accidentally made a mistake and misworded something or didn't spell something correctly. And that definitely can hurt your listing. So yeah, this sold for $20. I'm looking at my little note here. This sold for $20 because of Makari's fees. Their fees is a lot lower than say like Poshmark. I made $17.12, and then I did pay for this with my own money, and I paid $4.89. So after that, I did not do the math, but you kind of get the idea. So not the biggest profit, but would I pick up this brand again? Absolutely. And yeah, that was a decent sale, especially for just like a sheer blouse. I'll take it. I need to get some smaller poly mailers. I just haven't yet, but until then, I'll just tape them down. I'm totally fine with that. Okay, so the next sale on Makari was this pair of plaid pants. These just pull on. They have like a little zipper on the side. Definitely great for the fall season. And I actually received these in the ThredUp box that I did an unboxing about. And they sold for $14. They're just a New Day, which is like Target brand. So I'm very thankful for what they had sold for. So sold for $14 because it's on Makari. Again, the fees are a lot lower. So I made $11.89, and I'm still trying to figure out what my cost of goods was for ThredUp. I might need to do an update video on that, or I could just talk about it right now. But after further examination of that box, I realized that a lot of things in that box was flawed. So it was a 25-piece box, and I think it was like 6 of the items I could not sell. So that definitely brought up my cost of goods. So I think as of right now, estimation, my cost of goods per item in that box was like closer to $4, which I'm not too excited about because I was expecting it to be less than that. But will I get another box? Probably. But I was thinking about it last night actually, and I don't feel like it would be like a main source of my sourcing, just because it is a big risk that you're taking with the items. But I did get a few things that were good, but a lot of the things just, kind of disappointed me, if I'm being honest. And I want to be honest on here. Okay, so this is going actually to Georgia. Okay, and I'm just going to put a thank you sticker on the outside. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so the last sale is my one and only pair of shoes that I sold over the weekend. And it's these pair of Me Too little velvet booties. They have a wedge on them. There is a slight bit of wear to like the heel. They're just not like in perfect condition, but I still put them up for sale just because, people's looking for more of like a deal on boots. Because boots are not cheap usually. And they're suede. They're very nice feeling. These sold for $12. I feel like that was a really good deal. I've had these listed since like when I first started reselling. If I'm being honest, I kind of just wanted to see them go for that reason. So they sold for $12. I made $10.15, and these were free to me. My mother-in-law gave them to me. So they're, you know, going to a good home now. Now with these, I'm actually going to ship them out in a box. And I don't know where my tape gun is right now, so I'm not going to do that on camera. But I like to just reuse boxes like this where I've received something. And even my grandma actually gives me boxes. Also, my grandma and like family members, they'll give me boxes and I just reuse them. This is a great way to save on shipping supplies. You can buy boxes from Walmart, I mean, if you want to, and they're like anywhere from like 50 cents upwards. But why not reuse a box and save, you know, some cardboard, save something. But I will just wrap these and I will weigh them. I'll probably just put like 1 or 2 pieces of paper in there and then weigh this box just to make sure it's under that. I believe it was like 2 pounds I put it for. Make sure it's under that 2 pound, and yeah, it'll be ready to go. So reusing boxes, and especially like for shoes and stuff, is really great and saves money. Okay, so now to the dreaded eBay shipping. And I think a lot of people are really scared to sell on eBay just because of the shipping, and I completely understand, because eBay shipping is a lot different. You have to calculate more and be a little bit more, I'll say, like mindful of shipping prices and all that. But it's really not that difficult, and I'm gonna kind of give you a couple of pointers that I've learned since I started shipping through eBay, or selling through eBay is what I meant. Okay, so the first item to sell on there is this HD in Paris, which is actually a Anthropologie brand. HD, and then it'll say in Paris, and it's a very nice maxi 100% silk outer dress, and it has this little claps in the back, which I'll claps it before I ship it. But very nice dress. I was expecting this to sell during summer, and unfortunately it did not. It had a lot of attention, but it did not sell. So what I did was I dropped the price on eBay. I think I had it for like, it was over $30 and something. I dropped the price to $25, and somebody snatched this thing up really quick. So sold it for $25. Not quite sure of the eBay fees right now, so I'm not going to go over that. But yeah, sold for $25. I think I paid like $5.99 for this dress, which is totally fine because it was a nice pickup. I was really excited to find this dress when I found it. It has a couple of flaws. There's like 1 or 2 pulls in the material, but I did note that in the listing, so they are well aware of it. There was a little bit of fraying at the bottom, nothing serious, but I went ahead and cleaned that up. And I'm going to, since this is silk, I'm going to actually wrap it in one of these bagel bags. These are super cheap to pick up at Walmart. And this is just going to give it a little added protection for the travel. It's going to Indiana, and it is silk, so I just want to make sure it's going to stay nice. But something that I've learned with eBay, and this is just simple, and I'm sure people do it differently, because, you know, everybody has like differences of opinion. But what I do, and it's really simple, is just like with Makari, if it's 1 pound and under, I will use first class, and I'll put that as the method of shipping when I'm doing the listing. And then if it's over 1 pound, then I will do priority shipping, and I'll put the weight of it and everything. But just in case like priority is really expensive for that person, like if it's going, let's say, across the country from where I'm at, because I'm on the East Coast. Let's say it's going to the West Coast, and it would cost that person a pretty good bit of money. I will put an extra shipping method, and you can do that in the app. Put an extra shipping method, and I will do a padded flat rate if that item can fit in it. So just like for this one, this is a padded flat rate shipping, which is just that flat rate price, which is like I think it's like $8.30 or $8.50, something like that. And these are, again, are free on the USPS website. I would buy just a bunch of these, get a bunch of these and have them on hand, because that is definitely a great option for people that like live across the country from where you are, to get affordable shipping without having to do like pirate ship and all this other stuff that people do, which is fine, but I'm trying not to add more on myself to try to keep up with. So simple shipping, simple packaging here. I'm just going to put it inside of the padded flat rate, and this is also padded, so it will keep it nice. But since it was silk, I just wanted a little extra barrier. And this one is going to Indiana, like I said. So that's just kind of some pointers with eBay shipping. Just like I said, simple is better. Just keep it as simple as you can. And I know you can, there's options to use FedEx on there. There's options to use UPS. So I guess whatever is cheaper, but that's just the way I keep it, to keep it more simple. If you have any pointers for me, please let me know, because now UPS I do not use at all, just because it's not convenient for me to drop off with them. But I've never done FedEx Smart Post with eBay. So how does that work? Let me know in the comments below. Of course, I'm going to make an absolute mess in my station over here. Okay, so the last item to sell is this Banana Republic 100% wool, isn't it? Yes, 100% wool. Just kind of like a chunkier knit sweater here. I've noticed, and I could be wrong, but I've noticed that the chunkier knit sweaters are selling really good right now. I guess maybe it's like something that's trending. Okay, so this is actually merino wool, rayon, and cashmere. So very, very nice. I got this again from, pretty sure, yes, the Thread Up Rescue Box. I received this sweater, this was one of the nicer items that I received. And this sold on eBay for $22. I received that offer. I had it listed for $28, and I went ahead and took it, because I'm not about holding on to things right now, especially because sales have been a little slower the past 6 months or so. So I felt like that was a decent offer. And let's see, $25. Again, my cost of goods for those items for ThreadUp was like $4. So I'm really not sure about the fees for eBay right now, so I'm not going to go over it. But yeah, I'm also going to wrap this in one of these bags. I really like these bags because they're affordable. But I also use these bags when it comes to keeping my items, like in the boxes that I keep them in. I'll wrap them in this first. I don't tape it, but I just wrap them in it, and I put them in the container, and it just keeps them separated. And for things like this that have a nice fabric makeup, it just makes sure it doesn't get rubbed or messed up, like rubbing against other clothing. So highly recommend those bags. And I do reuse them. Like if I sell something and I take it out of the bag, I will reuse that bag. But I don't use that bag to ship, if that makes sense. If I'm going to ship in it, I would use a brand new bag. So yeah, that is it, you guys. This one, this one is also a padded flat rate envelope. So for some reason, I thought this one was regular. I thought that said padded flat rate, but this is first class, so I'll just use one of my poly millers. And the last tip I kind of want to give on eBay shipping, and what I've noticed is which kind of scared me when it happened to me, and it's happened to me quite a few times like here recently, is I'll go into the app because I do print off my labels from my phone, because the thermal printer that I use is a Bluetooth capable one, so it can print from your phone, which is so convenient. Let me see if I can get this tape. What I've noticed, a lot of times I'll go to print eBay labels, and for some reason it'll say like, oh, something went wrong on the app. And then I remember when it first happened to me, I'm like, how do I reprint this label? I got worried because I'm like, what to do? I didn't know what to do. So I Googled it. It's pretty simple. Just go into manage shipping labels on the actual website. And if you have a Bluetooth thermal printer and you're wondering about that, you just get on the actual website of eBay on your phone and go to managing shipping labels. And then there's an option on there when you see that item to reprint that shipping label. It's pretty simple. So if that happens to you, that is what I found out you're supposed to do. So I worried for nothing. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope I said something about the shipping process that helped you. I know when I was starting out, shipping was so scary for me. So I went to videos like this to kind of figure out what I need to do, how I need to ship things. And I got a lot of ideas from other YouTubers, especially McThrifty. I want to go ahead and shout out her specifically for Poshmark shipping, because she gave me the ideas about the wrapping paper and the free USPS shipping mailers, and I'm so appreciative to her specifically, and a lot of others that I watched that I can't think off the top of my head, like Ginger Marvin. I've watched them before. I've got a lot of ideas from them, and some things I have picked up myself just from experience. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully it won't be so long before I do another shipping video. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks. Bye.